Hello and welcome. My name is Danielle. I'll be your host as we discuss Pillars of Light, Stories of Goddess Activations. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Blossom Roundtree. She's a co-author in Pillars of Light. Welcome, Blossom.
Thank you for having me, Danielle. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited for everyone to read your chapter. But before we get into that, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Sure. Let's see. I live in Oklahoma, and I have a energy healing practice doing emotion code, body code, and biomagnetic care therapy. And it was kind of a, well, I had a lot of health challenges that led me to find ways to help other people. So it's been my passion. It's my passion to help others overcome their health challenges and clear emotional issues and different energies that can cause problems within our lives.
Yeah, the blockages, stuff that holds us back.
Yes.
That's awesome. When you first heard about the Goddess of Activations, what came to your mind with what the word goddess means to you?
Well, let's see. I do believe that that we are all God and goddesses, and that we each have all the goddesses within us that just need to be activated and remembered so that we can carry those codes and help the ascension process.
I love that. I like that you mentioned codes because they're dormant, people don't realize the goddess and the goddess energy is inside of us. So that's cool. What goddess did Radhaa activate within you?
Mary Magdalene.
Beautiful. I know a lot of people too, they actually experience unique activations. So like, for example, when you think of a goddess activation, it could be, fluffy and really pretty and cute, but in no way, shape, or form, it's too fluffy. Because although it is beautiful and fluffy, it's not in the way that people have in their mind. It's very deep. It's very sacred. There's a lot of emotional wounds that you have to clear out, persecution, timelines, entity clearing. There's so many things that could happen. How would you explain in your own words what you felt emotionally and energetically during your goddess activation, and then what was happening like during your session when you went through that?
During my session, I felt very peaceful and expansive, and she cleared timelines of persecution and timelines of being a martyr, actually all the way back to the original so timeline, which is fantastic. So it's completely cleared. And she also saw a lot of Egyptian deities that came in to help out, which I've had some memories of that a little bit. So that was nice to see them show up to offer their assistance. And what else? I think she actually emailed this part to me, and she didn't talk about it in the activation, but of the not feelings of clearing the feelings of not good enough, which I had been coming up a lot for me. And I'd been like consciously trying to work with it, wanting to do my own energy work on it, but I hadn't quite done it yet. So it was like perfect timing to help clear all that out. And she also did like a blooming of roses throughout my body that was really beautiful, and told me that I could use that during my healing sessions and even with men. And she told me that I'd be working with the divine masculines and holding like retreats to help heal their hearts, and doing drumming circles, which I'm really excited about because I had just acquired 3 drums this past year, and I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to use them yet, but I knew that it was part of my mission work. But so she saw that, and I just think that's just beautiful. And I'm really honored to be able to help the masculine energy heal, because I do believe that there's so much wounding in men that they've had to carry. And we've all been, men and women and all races, and have been the victim and the perpetrator. So I just think it's hard for men in this lifetime. They hold so much wounding and trauma that needs to be cleared, and has to be cleared for us all to ascend. So I feel really honored to be able to assist in that process.
That's beautiful. Oh, I love that. What are some things that you think someone might experience if they have a goddess activation session with Radha?
I guess it will probably depend on the goddess that they pick, but I would imagine that whatever energies are in the way of them being able to hold that energy will need to be released and cleared. And every activation comes with it kind of tower moments of clearing things out of the way and up leveling to the next level. I know for me, I really she had to clear a lot of that energy out of the way for me, because I really want to hide in the shadows and and not be seen, because I have I guess, still some fears about putting myself out there, which I'm feeling much more comfortable with. So those persecution timelines, clearing all of that was very, very helpful.
Yeah, that's so relatable too. I think a lot of people could relate to that, fear of being seen, getting out of your comfort zone. And I do truly believe there's no way we live one life, in my opinion. So it's like, how is it that we wouldn't carry forth, on a subconscious level or in our soul, these fears? So I think that's phenomenal that she was able to go so far back for you. That's amazing. That's a great testament to her ability, because I see her as someone who could get to the root of a cause, and not a lot of people do that. And it takes some heavy work. And the fact that when you go to her, be ready to actually, step into your power and do some work. I love that are going to be helping men too. So that's so amazing. We need that balance of the two, What kind of things do you think goddess activations could be used for? Is this something that you'll use in your everyday life?
Well, I think that once you carry those codes with you, you're constantly helping anchor them back to the planet. So I do believe that it helps in my everyday life, and with, the ascension process and in general, to be able to anchor the codes and help restore the divine feminine back to the earth.
Thank you for explaining in that way. I appreciate it. What are some things that you've noticed since the goddess activation, like as far as shifts within yourself? I know you mentioned getting out of your comfort zone and being seen, but what are some other things, other shifts that you've noticed?
I'm trying to remember what happened right away. It seemed like there was a few things. I would say that overall, though, I just really feel more peaceful
Oh, yeah.
and just more balanced and just more at home in myself and confident. I've always lacked confidence. So I think it's definitely given me some more confidence.
I like that. I like what you say about being at home in your own essence. You know, that's sometimes, you know, you can get a lot of the headspace, you get stuck in your head. And sometimes you're not as much in your body, but the balance between, you know, the mind and the body to be able to be more fluid. I mean, that's a good place to be, because you're actually going to do what you need to do for yourself rather than thinking through it. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to follow through on what I'm thinking. So that get in the confidence, the more you do it, the more confidence you build, the more integrity you have with yourself. Yeah. That's beautiful. What made you decide to be a part of the Pillar of Light?
It was actually to get me out of my comfort zone and push me to my next level, because I knew that it was going to require me, because I've actually been wanting to write a book for a very long time. And so this was a way for me to participate. I had to get it done fast. There was no stalling. I had to learn how to make a video, which I haven't done the video recording yet, or the audio recording. But I knew it was like several things. I don't even like my picture being taken. So several things that I really needed to get over my fears of and just push through. And so I knew that this was just, by committing to it, it'd make me get it all done, move on to my next level.
I love it. I understand. So what do you think that your purpose here is on Earth? I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Soul purpose, not just purpose.
It's I don't, it's hard to put into words. I keep getting that I'm a bridge, and then I'm supposed to help anchor heaven onto earth and be a bridge between the 3D and 5D. And I think I'm supposed to help people remember their divine spark, and that we're all little parts of source.
Wow.
And somehow help activate people's heart chakras. I really think that's part of it too.
That's beautiful. So what would you recommend? Would you recommend people working with Radhaa Publishing, and what would you say your overall experience has been with her?
I feel very like held in a container, like a sacred container, and she's so beautifully kind and loving, and I think that she just helps people get to their next level, you know, and their next activation, and help anchor all the codes back on the planet that we so desperately need.
I agree. She's definitely a good catalyst. You know, she knows her stuff. Yeah, definitely. Well, I want to thank you so much, Blossom, for being here today. I'm going to be sure to link below any information that individuals can get a hold of you through. So if you have some, let us know. And of course, we'll link below the Radhaa Publishing House information. And I want to thank you so much. I'm excited for everybody to read your chapter. And until next time, you have a good evening.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Danielle.
You're welcome.